Hey everyone, it's Snow Chaser from Terp Swim Big. Finally got my heroes to 45 and 45, and I've started to play around with Laloon attacks again. Um, to be honest, I still haven't really caught up with the latest changes. I think a lot of bases have adapted to anti 3 stars in wars, so I'm not really confident about my war abilities yet. But I've been playing around with Laloon attacks in farming, and it's been doing pretty successful. So as you can see, I got 100, 100, 100. I think I failed one attack, and then this one attack I don't have a clan castle troops for, but for the most part, it seems much more consistent in terms of getting 3 stars. So one of the comps that I've been playing around with is 4 hounds and 28 balloons, and using just the king and the queen as the kill squad, and seems to work okay versus certain bases. But the one problem with attacking during farming is that you don't usually deal with the clan castle troops, so you can't really get a realistic view of how the attack is worth, how the composition works during war. But if the clan castle troops can be ignored in many cases, then then the composition that I'm using, which is 4 hounds, 28 loons, seem to do very well. So as you can see, with just the barbarian king and the queen alone, and 4 wall breakers, and a poison and a rage, I took out the queen, and I lured out the clan castle troops, which were giants, which were useless. I took about 15% of the base. This base obviously is quite weak. Point defenses are not that strong, and also the infernos are single infernos, but usually might have given me a hard time before the update anyway. But right now it seems pretty much of a cakewalk. I just dropped the hounds and the loons in the counterclockwise orientation, and send in my air warden and let everything just kind of do work. Drop your spells wherever it goes, and it's a 3 star. It seems fairly easy, and so it seems to me that if a base has a very easily lurable clan castle and a queen that's fairly exposed, then I it's very easy to 3 star with 4 hounds and 28 loons. So this is a max base. It's got an exposed queen, and the clan castle is fairly close too. So I used the heroes again, just the barbarian king to tank and just the queen to attack, and rage the queen so that she can do damage. And I took out the enemy queen, and the clan castle troops are lured, dropped the poison, which took out the wizards, and the queen stayed alive long enough to take out the clan castle troops. And that's really all I need. The 4 hounds and 28 loons is just enough to do work on the rest of the base. So if you look at this orientation, I thought if I sent a hound over here, it's gonna be facing that air sweeper right away. So I believe I would have chosen to drop a hound over here, and then some balloons on each of these point defenses, then a hound over here, a bunch of balloons on all these point defenses, and a hound over here, and a bunch of balloons on these point defenses. Let's see if I remembered correctly. Oh, no, I took the other way. I guess it doesn't really matter either way. Um, I think in hindsight, the other orientation is probably better. But I basically dropped 2 hounds on each air defense and a bunch of loons to follow, using hastes on the outer perimeter, using rage in the inner perimeter, and then once the warden is close to the loons, I use the invisibility ability, and yeah, the it seems like a cakewalk. So I'll be playing some more replays just to show you that a possibility of using 4 hounds and loons. The problem with this attack is if there's something really weird in the clan castle, and also if the clan castle is hard to lure, and if the queen is hard to take out, then I don't think four hounds will work. But sometimes four hounds would even be enough to take out a base even without the queen dead. So in this case, I believe that's a perfect example. Like the queen, my queen did not kill the enemy queen. She just ended up dead. And there are four air defenses left. I've only taken out some point defenses, but most of the air defenses, all the wizard towers, and the queen are still alive. But even so, with a warden, it seems like it's possible to take out this base. Um, so you can see I dropped two hounds on this air defense, and then I'm going to drop a third hound over here, and the air warden to follow. And it's actually quite a sloppy attack if I remember correctly, because I didn't really follow the spells fast enough. But with a well-timed freeze over here and a well-timed warden ability, I was able to take out the, the core of the base. Just kind of went through it. It's really not much tips to further go over at this point. With a 4-hound loon attack, you just want to drop the hounds and the loons in a clockwise or counterclockwise orientation and pinpoint the defenses and drop your spells quickly. Everything has to be done quick. If your spells don't follow your loons, or if your loons don't follow your hounds, then the attack isn't going to work as well. Let's see what else we got. So one more attack using the 4 hounds strategy. So once again, I want to take out the queen, so I drop the heroes on this side and let the queen start doing work. And the queen took out the enemy queen with her ability, and I also took out one air defense. So the rest of the base is pretty easy. I dropped everything in a counterclockwise position, starting from the 9 o'clock area. 2 hounds on one each air defense, and a warden to follow up, and rage the core ability when needed, and the base is done. This one was just so easy. The queen is still alive in this case. So definitely it's a possible war attack strategy to use this composition on certain types of bases. But I wanted more consistency in terms of my attacks. And I believe that using 4 hounds is a little bit, using just the heroes as the kill squad is a little sketchy. So I decided to substitute the one of the hounds and some of the loons for a golem and 4 wizards. And this one I forgot to use the wall breakers, but luckily I think it still worked out. So I took out the clan castle, but I do not believe I took out the queen. Or maybe I did. Yeah, I think I got lucky and I took out the queen. Nope. The queen is still alive, but it's a level 29 queen and I already took her to half HP. And these two air defenses are so close together, with some of the loons following with some hastes. These two air defenses would go down fairly quick. And with a bunch of minions following and with a well-timed warden ability, the queen's down and the rest of the base is finished. So I have been playing with the golem-based kill squad, just using one golem to tank for the king and the queen, and using 4 wizards to funnel. And it seems to be working pretty well. I gotta do some friendly challenges to make sure that this is indeed a very good attack. But just showing you a few more replays. I think 3 hounds and 24 loons is a good amount. I used to be running 18 loons and 3 hounds and like a lot of bowlers, but I think the level 45 king and the queen are strong enough that I don't need the extra bowlers anymore. And I could also save a warden for air attack instead of using him for ground, which is actually quite amazing. When you have more loons and more hounds for the warden to cover, then this seems to be a very good strategy. In this composition, I also can be able to get 3 minions for cleanup, which is also very useful. So the kill squad took out 21% of the base. If there was a queen in this base, he would have been taken out. If there was Clan Castle, I think it would have been taken out too. I didn't have a poison in CC, but I could have requested an extra space for a poison. But anyway, as you can see, once again, 2 hounds on the first air defense, followed by the wizard and the loons. Then the third hound goes on the second air defense, followed by some more hounds. And then the fourth hound comes out with more loons. And once they're in the core, rage. Once the loons are in the core, use the warden ability. And the base, as long as you neutralize all the defenses quickly like this, then the base is done. So one final attack, and that's the end of today's update. I will be playing with some friendly challenges, and I'll probably talk about what goes wrong with this composition and what's right. So far, it seems to be doing very well in farming. So if it does do well in friendly challenges, then I will bring this comp to war and see how it goes. But yeah, you can see the level 45 queen and the king are so powerful. It's fairly amazing. If Supercell comes up with like level 50 heroes, I believe then Town Hall 11 attacks will be like a cakewalk. But yeah, hope you enjoy the video, and see you guys next time.